Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we are unraveling a fascinating part of English grammar, which plays a huge role in making our sentences crystal clear. You know what? That one is limiting adjectives. Now, you have probably heard about adjectives being those words that describe nouns, right? Words like beautiful, gigantic, or mysterious, they add color and detail to our sentences. But what do you mean by limiting adjectives? Oh, they are a whole different story. These little linguistic powerhouses don't describe a noun's quality. Instead, they define, specify, or restrict the noun, making it more precise. They tell us exactly which one, how many, or whose we are talking about. Imagine you're at a bakery and you don't just say, I want cake. It's too vague, right? Instead, you might say, I want this cake. I want two slices of cake. Or even you can say, like, I want my favorite chocolate cake. See the differences. Those words like this, to, my, all these are limiting adjectives because they narrow down your choices. So, without limiting adjectives, our sentences would sound incomplete or ambiguous. They help us communicate effectively and ensure we understood exactly as intended. So, when we're talking about limiting adjectives, they are a unique type of adjective which limits or restricts the noun or pronoun it describes instead of describing it more detailed way. So the limiting part of these types of adjectives happening why? Because our understanding of a noun that is being described is limited. So they are in contrast to the descriptive adjectives. Limiting adjective function by singling out the noun or pronoun, describing it as a part of a group, and it will not describe its qualities or characteristics. The same way, here is an example given. We have some bread in the oven. So this example, it's not giving us more information about the bread, right? So it is using a limiting adjective. In some context, any adjectives that does not provide description or detail to the noun or pronoun, we are calling that one as a limiting adjective. So, say for example, demonstrative adjectives like this, that, those, these, all these are limiting adjectives. And interrogative adjectives like which, what, whose, quantifying adjectives like many, much, some, a few, a couple, possessive adjectives such as my, your, his, her, all these comes under a limiting adjectives category. And sometimes articles also like and the numeral like 1, 2, 10, because you're telling the exact numbers, right? You are not describing it in a very detailed way. So all these types comes under the limiting adjective. Let's see some more examples so that you can understand it in a better way. She ordered a few different dishes from the restaurant. So see here, a few, right? We are not telling what are the different types of dishes. Would you like a cup of coffee? So here, when we are telling so it's like a one, right? It refers to one. So a is a limiting adjective here. We went out for some dessert after the game. So some limiting adjective. Have you seen that show? Yes, that serves as a limiting adjective here. She invited a few of her friends over for dinner. So again, a few. Can you walk the dog? So here the article the is also a limiting adjective. So when we are talking about the placement, okay, most part the placement of the limiting adjectives comes before the noun or pronoun which is modifying. Say for example, this book is so interesting. So here it comes before the noun this. And I bought 10 types of cookies for the class. So here 10 types of cookies number, right? And she needed some people to help her move next weekend. So it comes before the word people, some. We thought you would like that movie. So here before the movie, we are referring to that movie. Now it's time for us to practice. So grab a pen and paper, try to read the sentences by yourself, and you can identify the limiting adjectives in the sentences. I will also read it for you. We are going to visit some of the ruins before our vacation ends. They wanted me to buy them a cake. Can you please turn out the light before you go to bed? She asked me to drive her car home for her. I think she added too much salt to this recipe. I think the answers are pretty simple, right? So, how did you do that? We are going to visit some of the ruins before our vacation ends. So, some. They wanted me to buy them a cake. So, a. Can you please turn out the light before you go to bed? She asked me to drive her car home for her. I think she added too much salt to this recipe. So much. Easy, right? So I'm going to give you a quick trick how to differentiate a limiting adjective and a descriptive adjective. Remember, descriptive adjective adds details about how something looks or how something feels or how something behaves. Example, if you're telling like the fluffy cat sat on the windowsill. So here you're telling the fluffy, which refers to the cat's appearance, right? In case if you want to tell it as a limiting adjective, if you want to use the limiting adjectives, then you can simply say it as like the cat sat on the windowsill, right? That specifies a particular cat. That's it. So both are important when we are talking about descriptive as well as limiting. But limiting adjective help cut through the clutter and provide precision. Unlike descriptive adjectives which add qualities to a noun like happy, child, red, car, like that, limiting adjectives restrict or specify which noun we are talking about. And limiting adjectives help to prevent ambiguity. So if you are in a situation where someone says something vague and you are like left wondering what they mean, limiting adjectives solve that. So if you're telling like, bring me a chair. So which chair? It could be like any chair, right? A big one or a wooden one. So instead, if you are using the sentence like, bring me this chair, then there is no confusion, right? And you can also use them when you want to eliminate vagueness and be crystal clear. So they indicate ownership and belonging also. Like possessive adjectives, when we are using like my, your, his, or her, their, it clarifies ownership, which is very crucial in personal and professional settings. So whether you are writing, speaking, or giving instructions, remember a well placed limiting adjectives can make all the difference. So that's all for today's video. See you in the next video. Kindly like, share, and subscribe for more English grammar tips. Bye bye.